I don't care what the reason is. I don't care what the excuse is. You may have grown up without a mother that hugged you. Your father wasn't in your life. You came up from the mud and you, you created this dynasty for yourself. You might have nothing. You don't have a job, so you're depressed. All of these different things. I don't care what it is, man. None of that is a valid reason to hurt anybody, let alone the mother of your children, let alone your wife, let alone your girlfriend, let alone the person that you claim to love in your life. People, the world is in shambles. There's a war going on outside that nobody is safe from. And you just might be nobody that's somebody that needs to know everybody. I don't know what none of that meant, but I said it anyway. The most important part to this is you stay tuned because we're going to get into something actually really wild today. We got some really wild takes. Ladies especially, I want you to stay tuned. I want you to comment. I want you to subscribe. I want you to like. But most importantly, I want you to listen. Let's go.
All right. Here we go, folks. Welcome back. It is Darkness with the Ginger Hue. As you can see, I'm here. My name is Sir Tokes, a.k.a. Tunde, a.k.a. The Beast, and I could not do this show without the right-hand man, Slang Hue. What's going on, brother?
I'm here, and I can't be anywhere else but here with y'all, with you. We're going to get into it kind of deep today. I'm a little rambly, so expect some long-winded speeches because
It's all right.
I just feel like talking.
Hey, that's what we're here for, right? Sometimes that's just how it is. That's how it is. Let's get stuff off our chest. Let's talk about some stuff. It's been a interesting week. That's for sure. It's been a week. From our last show, I took a lot of stuff to heart and again, just listening and kind of taking the information you guys were bestowing on me to heart. And I actually had a beverage that was a little bit on the THC side.
Whoa!
It's like Toast. Who's this?
How did that go?
You know what? It didn't do anything. It didn't do anything to me.
Oh yeah, that's possible. That's possible.
I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know my. Yeah, I don't know my threshold. I don't know my tolerance, I guess. So I'm like, okay. But again, I did try it. So
yeah, that's the first couple of times I indulged in THC, it didn't do anything to me. I think it was like the third or fourth time it actually did anything. But the first two times I was like, what am I supposed to feel? I don't feel anything.
It's like, what's going on?
Of a Pinto. No, it wasn't a Pinto. I forget what car it was, but it was me, Cash, Max, and another dude. And it was like university times, and we were sitting in the back of one. I was sitting in the back of one of one of their cars. I think it was Max's car, and we were in the back of Jim Archdeacon, which is probably the worst thing you could do because if you get caught back then, especially when it was illegal, you get caught
done
on school property. It's a different type
done
of
out of the
charge.
school.
But we were young, dumb, and we were smoking what they called the blue. Was it called the blue flame? No, it wasn't called the blue flame. It was called the blue. What was the name of Owen Hart's character when he was the
blue blazer?
The blue blazer. That's what they called it.
They called it the blue blazer.
It's a blue
shout out to Owen Hart, bro.
With four pipes on it. so we could all
What
smoke at the
the?
same time. We were doing. It's so dumb. When I think back on things that you do back then, it was so stupid. But I survived. We never got caught. We did that. That used to be like a ritual, a weekly thing for a while. That's when I first started smoking. Yeah,
And like you said, if you're here to talk about it, it was a great adventure.
exactly, exactly. I
And
live to
that's I'm
tell
like,
about it.
I,
Live to tell about
I
it.
was I was honestly tempted to say, you know what, Sang, I'm gonna and jump on a plane and go to Montreal. I'm like, why not? I
Hey
mean, I had
man,
a little extra cash. I'm like, you know what? But I'm like, I have to ask people what's I can't just jump and go, right? I'm like, I need to
yes
have
you
some
can.
type of
You can. I
okay,
understand where
yeah,
you're coming
yes, you
from.
can,
Oh
yeah,
yes you can.
yeah, I can. You're right, but I don't want to end up, disoriented or out of sorts. Again, that little bit of control I still need to know that I can just turn myself around and head back home with no issues. All of
This
a sudden, I end up in Montreal, drunk, broke, and out of just out of no shoes. You be seeing me do my next show on the street with my cabin beat up with no shoes. Slang, they took my shoes. They took my shoes.
well, they left you with your phone.
That's it, yo. They said the phone wasn't worth it. The shoes, though, they'll take the shoes.
No, I listen. I had a conversation with somebody. Actually, it was before the show we did last, and even to put some clarification on that, like it's not. The advice is not to lose all control and have no control. That's not the
Right.
advice. The advice is to test your limits of control loss, or give yourself
That's
a
right.
chance to see what it feels like. Because there's nothing wrong with having control. There might be something wrong with being obsessed with having control.
Yes.
That's a different thing. Or there might be something wrong with the other side of it, with not having any control at all. Because then, like you said, you end up on the street with no shoes and a
True.
brand new phone.
Exactly.
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
so you should plan to some degree, at least.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even saying that, part of the plan is booking the plane ticket. That is a plan. You're
Yeah.
planning the ticket.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
planning to go to Montreal. Now, what you're going to do there, it might be a whole different level, not even level,
Yeah.
a whole different part of your control, or what you want, how much you want to know that you're going to do there. Are you just going to show up? Do you have anybody there? That would be my suggestion, even though there is a thrill in traveling to a place with nobody there and no actual plan. There's a thrill there as well. And you're not the type of guy, like, you're more than me. You're more outgoing than I am. Because I don't, I'm
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
I'm not
Again,
a go up to a
sometimes I
stranger
think
type of guy. I'm not that guy.
true. True. But I mean, I might be maybe too naive to just say, hey guys, where you guys going? All right. And all of a sudden, oh shit. Shoot. I thought everybody it was nice in Montreal.
Isn't this Canada? We're supposed to be polite.
What the hell? Here I am, my first time in Montreal, getting my ass kicked. I'm like, well,
I got
take
mugged.
that off the list. Never mind.
Well, if it was New York, maybe.
Oh yeah,
Even though Devin
yeah.
would probably say otherwise, and other
I'm
people say
I'm talking to no one in New York if I go out there. It's
But
like,
yeah, I would advise going to somewhere where at least you know somebody, just for the same reasons that you're talking about, in case something happens. But
that's true.
Normally, yeah, there's nothing wrong with either way. There's no right or wrong. That's one of the themes of these shows. There's no right or wrong. Whatever you decide is what you decided.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, I was tempted again. Like I sat down. I'm like, man, there's things I can do, and I'm trying to figure out which one I should do first. And again, the easiest one was just, hey, you know what? The person kept on asking me, yo, why don't you try one? I'm like, sure, why not? I drank the drink. I'm like, okay,
When is it?
I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If that person kept on saying, did it hit you yet? No. Did it hit you yet? No. I'm good. So
Sometimes it doesn't. It might take.
I'm like, okay. Exactly. So as long as I'm in a surrounding that's safe, then I'm good. I'll try maybe something else, maybe the gummies or whatever. I don't know, but
That's good.
those are things that I tried. So yeah, I'm looking. I'm looking outside the box of things.
Right.
And you know what? Everything after that show, has just been feeling, it's just coming up like roses, man. Like
Nice.
work, shoot. I was like, work. We had a great meeting today, a one-on-one. I was like, my manager said, we love your direction. We love your initiative. I'm like, man,
Nice.
this is a vibe, yo. I go
See
to
what
work in
THC can do for your life.
Next stop, LSD. Yes, let's go. Why not?
There's certain 3 letters that we don't indulge in: LSD, HIV. These ones we're not. Yeah, let's just stop at the THC.
I'm like, THC is easy. Let's get to the real stuff.
Okay.
Just see me just coming on the show naked. Yep, let's go. Let's do the show. Oh my gosh. But yeah, after that show, like I said, I feel different. Let's just say I feel different. I mean, things are looking quite nice. And I'm like, okay, all right, let's go with the flow. Let's go with the flow. So here we are again, new vibe, new, we're using some new services here. And we're bringing you some nice, high quality content. All right. And for those who don't know, I'm going to plug it anyways. Slang has an amazing, would we call it a series? I guess we're going to call it the Green Tea series.
Yeah, I could call it that.
Yeah, man.
Called a lo-fi.
Yes.
Study music, relaxation, get your morning right, get your weekend right. I'm trying to hit different pockets, like your midweek, your weekend, your start your week, end your week, all these things.
I don't know what the guy with was it the gentleman? I'm trying to see if the gentleman that was drinking the tea, that graphic. A
man drinking tea though. Not every one of them.
The women. There was a woman that was drinking a tea, I think, that I did first, and I think I listened to the whole set. And I was working. I'm like, I think I messaged you. I said, "Yo, this is my vibe." I said, "This is fine." Yeah. Because I did my whole calendar at work. I did everything I needed to do. The vibe was just there. I'm like, yeah, man. Because I told you, once you hit the right vibe, that can take you, again, 2 hours straight. I was working. And I'm like, that was it. I said, from now on, I'm going to be using those at work. They're in the background. And I'm like, that's it. And I start, click, and I'm going. So if you guys don't know, we're definitely going to drop a few of these links in the description. Because again, for those who like doing that, and those streamers out there, I know streamers are out there. They love doing that stuff too. This is a nice lo-fi hip hop vibe. All right. Try and check it out. Slang Hue is the man, is the name. Check him out, and you'll never regret it. Trust me. That's what I'm saying right now.
I'm also trying to do it so it'll be on the Dark and Ginger Hue podcast page too. So at least some of them will. Maybe
collab.
Hey, and all that. So if you don't find,
you can definitely put a playlist for that.
You should find Darkness and Ginger Hue. Ginger.
Exactly.
Just look for ginger.
Just look for the ginger.
Good
look
for the body, mind, and soul.
There you go. It's refreshing. All right. So yeah, man. I mean, like I said, that's what the vibe is, man. Positive vibes going forward. Positive vibes. But our topics today, not so positive. Not so positive. Let's this is a reaction. I'm only going to react to 2 because the other one I don't want to even give any real attention to because it's just, I realize that sometimes the end topic is really a waste of breath topic. We can talk about it, but I'm not going to indulge in it again because it's just pointless. It's pointless.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah. No, I know. That's why I'm like, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, it's good to be in the end. But do you really want to be in the inn? Nah, you don't.
Not all the time. But, I mean, and again, we could touch on it because on one hand, you gotta. You don't gotta. It's maybe. I don't even know what to say. It is right now. Every word I come up with, I was gonna say you gotta follow the trend, but you don't. I was gonna say maybe it's smart to follow the trend, but maybe it's not. Let's just say it's not a bad idea.
There you go.
Indulge in the trend to
Yes.
our capacity. We don't have to dive into it like as much as these others pods and news and social media outlets do.
here's the thing: what's different with us and other people? People try to live off the trend or the hot topic and make it bigger than it really is. And like I said, we'll talk about that later. But there's some big topics that should get some attention, and that's what we try to dive into for this first one here. If you can see the clip here, give me a sec while I change the layout here. Okay, there is the layout. There's the clip. Let's play the tape, real. Can you see it right now?
Yes, I can.
All right, here we go. Let's play this clip and let's roll it and see what they say. Here we go.
Million. That's how many men have visited a website teaching people how to drug and rape women. I don't want to hear a fucking word from dudes being offended when women say it's all men. 62 million. Before somebody comes in with, well, actually it was 62 million views, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. It doesn't fucking matter. The fact that it exists in the first place and that people are using it should fucking disgust you if you consider yourself a good man. Men, listen up. It's all of us until it's none of us. You have an obligation to your mothers, your sisters, daughters, any woman in your life, and women that you don't know, to put a stop to this. Be vocal against this rampant misogyny, and mark my fucking words. If I see any man promoting this shit, I am not going to be civil about it. And if I see anybody attempting to use this academy's tactics, it's going to get fucking messy. The rest of you should go about it the same way. It is all of us until it is none of us.
All right. That, when I first saw it kicking around, I'm like, this must be a joke, right? But sure enough, it isn't. 62 million views to a site or a website that promotes and I guess teaches men how to take advantage of their female partners. I'm a lost for words. I honestly don't know. And he's 1,000,000% right. It is all of us until it is none of us. Like, I mean, well, at first you're like, well, I don't go on that site, but I'm like, there's 62 million people, men, 62 million men who went to this site. And I was flabbergasted because, again, we were talking earlier about the dark web. That's not even the dark web. That's just the web, bro. That's just open source for anybody to reach.
Crazy.
And I bet you there's even a darker side to that where there's people who probably pay for memberships for that shit and share secrets and like, oh man, the social media has just gone postal, man. You can chime in there, man.
Like yourself, I'm almost rendered speechless. I don't have much to say, but let me read some stats here, bro. Because probably in the same day that you said that was shared, I don't know if it was the same day, but around the same time, I went down a rabbit hole, and I think I told you it like ruined my day because there's a reality that it was exposed to me that I would have never thought was true. And you hear the stories because it's not that I hear the stories from a distance. There's almost every woman I know at some point is a victim of some type of assault by the hands of a man. Almost every woman. Which is crazy, even in a circle, just that's a personal circle. This is not 6 degrees. These are like women, my best friends,
next door,
my exes, my cousins, you know what I'm saying? These are women that I know. So there's men out there who is, oh yeah, women are falsely accused guys all the time. Doesn't mean it's true. Sure, that happens. But 1 in 3 women aged 15 or older have been subjected to physical and or sexual violence primarily by men. 1 in 3, sir. So even if some of them are lying, let's even if we said 20% of them are lying, of that 1 in 3, it's still way too much. One
One
is
is
too
way too
much.
much.
So imagine 1 in 3. So out of every 3 women you know, one of them has experienced a sexual assault, bro.
And it's
That's
scary
including your
because I have,
mom, bro, your
I was gonna say, I have
grandmothers.
2 daughters, bro. I'm like, man, that hits home when it in your home. Like, what do you do?
There's almost nothing you could do to prevent it besides locking them up in the basement, and that's another version of assault that you don't even want to be a part of.
Exactly. I was gonna say
So
that the abuse that's the
you can't do that either.
you can't. As much as you want to
Approximately,
protect them.
you can only do so much. You know,
Yeah.
approximately 840 million women globally have experienced violence. Sexual assault is highly gendered. For instance, 93% of offenders in the sexual assault cases are male. That's 7% are only women. Now, I'm gonna do the talking for you guys who wanna come in here and give all these excuses. Yes, a lot of men don't report when they're sexually assaulted by women. We know this. We know this. But even if we were to include that, it's 93%.
Yeah.
That's damn near 100, sir. Damn near 100. That's a man.
Yeah.
Hey, it's I don't even. Again, I don't even. I don't know what we're doing, fellas. I don't know what we're doing. I know. We are taught, especially in the age that we're grown up in, that we came up in.
Mm-hmm.
We were raised in a very patriarchal society, a very male dominated way of seeing things. It was getting better as we were coming up, but it's still way worse than it is now. And where a lot of men felt that they had a right to women's bodies, and they still feel that way. A lot of men still feel that way. They're still being raised that way because they're being raised by the men who came up with us and were taught that way. The saddest part about this is, if you think about it, we not only do, I said earlier, I know a woman that has been assaulted. Also alarming is that means we know men that are assaulting. We know, like, a guy you know and think is cool, and he might even present as a ladies' man, might have did some wild things at some point. And not only that, let's even keep it totally transparent here. A lot of things that are coming out or being stated by women nowadays. I had this conversation with somebody years ago where I was like, if they put a microscope on my past and things that I've done as a young man, I might be considered somewhat. I don't even want to use the words, but we our mentality was skewed then, where we thought we were just doing what we were supposed to do. Things like coercion, things like uh, not even not I don't, because I would never say I never threatened any woman to have sex with me or
Mm-hmm.
anything. It's more of a coercion
Mm-hmm.
thing. But in terms of the word threat, it might be even like you're threatening the woman that she's gonna lose you if she doesn't, or if she's not down with certain things, you're gonna leave her type thing. And all those things are crazy wrong, man. It's crazy wrong, crazy. But again, I only chuckled to, I only laughed to keep from crying because I don't know what else to do. It is what we were raised to think. The same patriarchal pressure that is applied to women to succumb to men's foolishness when it comes to their sexual behavior. That pressure is placed on us to act out that sexual behavior. I know coming up a lot of
Yeah.
times guys would have conversations that I didn't feel comfortable being a part of. And I'm not even talking violent conversations. I'm not talking about, oh, yo, I'm not talking about holding down girls. I'm not talking about even that. I'm talking simple, the good old locker room talk that they talk about.
Man, and after a basketball practice, it'd be just, yeah. And, or they'd
You
be
remember that
showing off the
episode of
pictures
Cosby
of
Show? Remember that
which
episode
one?
of Cosby Show when Theo's friend took Vanessa on a date?
Mm.
And before that,
Yep.
before he took her on a date,
He's joking.
Theo and them were in there talking about different girls and what they were doing and insinuating. And then it happened to his sister, and he was vexed. Like
Yo.
I was Theo after, not vexed, but I never was really comfortable talking about my sexual exploits with the man them per se. Not
Yeah,
really. It was never really something. I wasn't a bragger like that.
I would not. I was very, very private when it came to anything I did with anyone. Just because, again, I didn't want to be judged or made fun of, or even that stuff get out to the wrong people. Then all of a sudden you're, again, labeled as something that you're not. But again, I now remember the episode, and I'm fearful because, again, I have friends that were almost in a similar situation where, you know this person, you're close to this woman, and this guy went out with her or did something. I'm like, yo, what? I know this person. Like, don't even. And you're ready to fight. You're ready to just knock him in. What are you talking to? Like, why are you talking about her like that? And I'm like, you just bite your tongue. You just. Again, back then, you'd bite your tongue. You're like, you know what? I just can't. I can't partake in it. And again, I stopped. I never indulged on talking about anybody's exploits of their sexual orientation or whatever they've done with anybody else. It's just not me. I really private about it. And again, there's times to joke about it, like if it's just not real. Yeah. There's times to joke about it, but when you know that person or when you know the situation, there's nothing funny about it. Nothing funny about it.
Yeah, exactly. Not at all.
And I'm like, yeah. And again, when I've heard stories, and some really true, and I sit back, I'm like, I actually listened to this story without saying anything. Am I part of the problem too?
Yeah, well,
right.
Yeah, I've been.
You know what I mean? Like, I've been, and this goes for a lot of different things in terms of racial jokes, in terms of derogatory jokes to certain cultures, and I'm like, I'm sitting there and I say nothing because I thought it was okay, or I said nothing because I knew it wasn't okay, but it's not my place to say. So I'm like, I was confusing myself. I'm like, what do you do?
Also find some weird solace in not saying anything because you're not actually participating in your mind.
That's right. But meanwhile,
participating in this thing.
But meanwhile,
yeah, if you're not, it's almost like that good cop that never tells on the bad cops. Is he a good cop for real?
Exactly. I definitely understand that 100%. You're right there, because I'm like, you just shake your head.
Have you ever been in a situation where like where you've experienced a friend of yours or an acquaintance of yours, a male acting, maybe not even violently, but what you would consider wrong,
forceful,
or oh my gosh, I'm at a loss for words, man. So much
overly aggressive,
or even just inappropriate. That's the word I want to look. Acting
inappropriate. Okay.
With a woman. Have you ever been in that situation, and what did you do?
If a brethren of mine has done it,
yeah, brethren, or even it could even be a stranger. Whatever, anybody. anything, any situation.
Now, okay, is this physically, verbally,
All the
like
above.
what type?
All the above.
And I've definitely, I mean, I worked in corrections for a very long time. I've seen and heard a lot, and that's why, again, it's almost like a different world there. Like I have to, and I was like, I was not liking myself because I was kind of turning into this guy that shouldn't be saying the things he said. I was a church going boy that was, loved his family, loved the people in his world, and I'm going to the church and I'm listening to some of these stories, and to the point where I was almost ready to start telling people stories. I'm like, man, I need to chill. I need to chill, and I didn't talk. I just
Not that
sat
I
there.
even
I
want
said
to. Not
nothing.
it's just, okay, because I know there's certain things you can't say, even though you're not there no more. But is this coworkers or was it inmates having these conversations?
It's both.
Yeah. Okay.
It's coworkers, it's inmates, it's coworkers talking about coworkers talking about their own, or their own home situations. You name it. I mean, nothing was off limits, because again, you get up there and in those four walls of that place, it's like a whole new place. Like that, it's like you're driving up to a new country in that place.
The wheels are
You're in
turning.
Winnipeg, and all of a sudden you get in there. You're now in Toronto. It's just a whole different thing going on in there. So, you hear it. You want to turn the deaf ear or blind eye, and some people make jokes. Some people, you know, uh, embellish stories. Sometimes you get caught up into it. Sometimes you just walk away, and again, it's for a lot of things, not just the sexual. You could be racial. You could be uh, 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 homophobic. But again, I'm not here to bash anybody. It's just that's what I saw and heard, and I'm like, it's
Yeah.
almost upsetting that it was just that's just how people get by, past the time, jokes like that.
I've been there myself. One specific situation comes to mind. I feel like I've been there more than once, and then sometimes you kind of block these things out of your memory banks because you don't want to. Again, you don't want to relive those bad situations, and B or A, you're removing your responsibility to a degree, and you're from lack of participation and acting and telling yourself, well, I didn't do anything, so it wasn't me. Well, the specific situation comes to mind for me. A friend of mine was on the on the phone with his girl, former friend. Let me just make that clear. Not that
Okay,
it excuses anything that in my on my part,
that was
but
done right.
he was on the phone with his girl and they were arguing, and he said something like you would say to her, like. Sometimes you make me. This is why you make me wanna do you something. So how come I'm always doing you something sometimes? And I'm sitting there, bro, and he came off the phone, man, and I was like, yo, if this is what this girl makes you feel, maybe you should leave her alone, man. And looking back on it, like, yeah, that. At least I said something. But at the same time, I still feel like looking back on it, like I'm putting the blame on her. When nah, bro, you gotta control yourself, man. It's not what
Yep,
she's not making you do nothing. This is you.
yep.
This is you. So I know now, like nowadays, that stuff can't. That stuff doesn't fly around me at all. Like I don't. Most of the guys that I know that would move like that, I've removed myself from their presence. It's not that if I see them or not, I'm not gonna hail them or nothing like that. But it's just I can't be around that stuff. I feel the same way about like that extends to deadbeat dads, deadbeat mothers. Certain things, if it doesn't align with my moral compass, I kind of gotta separate from it. I can't really. It's not something I could really tolerate. I don't think it feels wrong for me to tolerate it. Even again, to a fault, it's me removing myself from some responsibility of having to address you in what you're doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I feel like I'm not supporting what you're doing by calling you a friend or calling you a close confidant or anything. I feel like it's hypocritical of me to keep you around in my presence, stuff like that. So yeah, like the man said, yo, if it's not, if until it's all of us, until it's none of us, it's all of us.
Yeah, yeah. And again, it's 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 shocking because this is stuff that is coming to light because of social media, because of the internet. Imagine what was the numbers before the internet. Because if people were just, if there people are doing this now, just imagine the 60s, 70s, the early
It wasn't as
50s.
reported when it was
Yeah, I
considered
mean,
a run of the mill. That's just what we have.
can we say that's doubled, maybe even tripled in numbers?
Hey, come on, yeah, come on. Let me tell you, you just brought to mind another thing. I remember the same gentleman I'm speaking about now. Like maybe a couple months after that, another guy
Mm-hmm.
that we knew got into a situation with his girl, and it was like a intense, weird,
Situation, yeah.
yeah, held his girl captive
Mm-hmm.
for a few hours type madness situation.
Oh
And I
shoot!
remember
Yeah, for
telling this
TV type of
guy,
things.
yeah, I remember telling this guy the situation, and that guy's reply to me was like, "Yeah, man, I've had my problems with girls, but nothing like that." And again, hindsight, not even
This
hindsight,
guy
because
said nothing. This guy said nothing like that. So he's already admitting that he's done stuff or has
just
issues,
he's just
just
justifying
not as
his
serious.
moves because
Yeah.
it's not as serious as that right there. And I was gonna say hindsight, but I remember in that moment thinking to myself, "What?" Like literally, like what, bro? You're an abuser. You're an abuser. The degrees of abuse, yeah, maybe they matter, but not very much.
No.
Not very much. Not to me. The details of what you're doing to that woman doesn't necessarily matter. If you're abusing her, you're abusing her. And I don't even know if we as men could do this subject the justice that's necessary, but what I will try to do here is apologize on behalf of the men that didn't support you in your time of need when when you needed some protection and you needed some help. I want to apologize. I want to even apologize to any woman who may have felt that I did something wrong in my dumber years, my less enlightened years. I didn't know better.
I will actually agree with that same way. And I think this is why I leave my technically my door open for anybody I've been with or have interact with in my past. If they want to say something, talk to me. Like let it out. Right? I mean, yes, we might not be dating or even friends for that matter, but if you want to get something out, okay, I'm not the way I was way back when. I'd definitely say, hey yo, I'll give you my time.
Mm-hmm.
You just say whatever you need to say, get it out, and let me know, right? Because a lot of women, they'll just keep it inside
Yeah.
and
Sadly true.
just yeah, they'll just keep it inside
Yeah.
until it gets to a point where they snap
Mm-hmm.
or something happens to them and it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yo, just voice your concerns, voice your trials and tribulations, voice everything that is going on with you. Take somebody to the side and say, hey, I need to tell you something. This is what's going on. Let it out. Don't hold back. I mean, there are people that will listen to you, not just hear you. Listen, yeah. There's hearing you, but listening. That's the one, because a person who is listening will hear you, process, and help you get out of the situation, or help you find solutions to the situations. That's what I feel that I do, because every time someone tells me a problem, whether it's financially or job related or fitness related, I take what they tell me and I try to help them. Hey, you know what? How about we do this? How about we do that? Just to get them going on, maybe it triggers something that they want to do or they can do to go off and solve the situation. So take someone and just tell them everything you want and let them listen to you. All right. And let them help you get out of it. And if it's not a man you don't want to talk to your ladies, talk to the counselors, talk to anybody that you think that will definitely listen and understand you and help you out of it. Cause that's what we need right now. Yeah. We need people to make a change by just stepping up.
And in that vein, and much more importantly, we need you men to take accountability for what was going on. We need us men to take accountability for what we've been doing and how we've been in the past and make a correction. Not even in the past, because it's going on right now, because we're going to get into a story that's very recent. We need, as Jen, one of our guests once said, we need to start teaching our boys emotional intelligence and regulation.
Yes.
We gotta start understanding, fellas, that there are more than two emotions. We have to learn how to deal with our emotions and not go extremes all the time. We don't have to go from, just because we're upset doesn't mean we have to act out or act out on other people.
Right. That's right.
Go to the gym and lift some weights, man. Go to a counselor, talk to somebody, man.
Meditate.
Meditate. Something.
That's
something other than, but most importantly, but one of the things I want the fellas to do is walk away, man. Walk away, man. Get out. Just it's not like I'm sitting on some high horse where I don't understand of being in a relationship, getting into it with your woman, and it reaches a heights of anger that you can't comprehend. You literally, that when they say you see red, or you kind of black out, and you don't even, you're losing control. Before it gets to that point, what I like to pride myself on is leaving. Go through that door, go for a walk, get in that car, to get in the car thing could be dangerous for yourself. But if you're go for a walk, go for a long walk, go to the gym, work it off, do something. Go outside of the presence of that lady or whomever, because this is not only reserved, we're focused on violence against women today, but violence, period. This is how guys get shot or shoot people out of nowhere or stab up a man out of nowhere because whatever else is going on at home, and they take that out on the street.
Yep.
Go put that on a basketball court, shoot some hoops, something, man. Something. You got to find a healthy way to release the stress and the anger before it gets to the boiling point and explodes. Because that's a dangerous place for us to be, man. And it's far too easy to take it out on a weaker species. And I'm only saying weaker in terms of physicality.
Right. Right. I think you nailed it on the head right there when it comes to just going off and doing something else. I realize that a lot of men don't have hobbies, and they just live to live, and those hobbies can definitely help you to deassociate with whatever is going on. You know what I mean? Like you said, go for a walk if they're heated. Some people will go fix their car because I know a lot of men like to just go tinker with whatever. Do that. Some people like to go chop wood, right? Take an axe, go chop wood, and you have a pile of wood. So it's a win-win because you can go use that wood for something else, right? Some people go to the gym. Yep. Some people go to the gym. A lot of people go to the gym, right? Some people even go and hit the bag or whatever, things to just get out that aggression And even and one of the best things is some people just sit in silence.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in silence is a good
Mm-hmm.
thing. I mean, it helps you.
Call your brethren. Call somebody who's level you
Yeah,
consider more
yeah.
level-headed than you, or who can
Music.
give you some good advice. Call
Oh, listen,
somebody.
listen to some
Call your
music.
moms. Call your dad. Call somebody and say, "Yo, I'm about to lose it right now, man." And let them
Use a
help talk you up.
path.
Something. We gotta
Yeah,
find ways
use
out.
a
We gotta
path. You
gotta
know what
find
I
ways.
did? I can definitely tell you there was a situation that bothered me. I think I was with Talon's mom at the time, and I think it was New Year's Eve, and they just left to go do something with the other side of the family. I was left alone, and I was pissed, man.
Mm.
Like I mean, I was alone, but I'm like, I was pissed. So I decided to just take a walk.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked and walked and walked, probably for a good 2 hours walking.
Wow.
And yeah, I was just walking. Again, it's cold in Winnipeg at that time. It's like,
Mm.
again, New Year's Eve. So I was still hot. So I just had a hoodie on and I was just walking. And then I said, you know what?
The anger
Turn
there
around.
kept you warm.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I think I'm good. So I was like, I walked so far. And like, once the anger, dissipated, you start feeling cold. I'm like, shoot, I'm cold. So I'm like, yo, I need to get back on. I didn't bring a wallet or anything. I went to
Mm-hmm.
the bus driver. I said, yo, I live up this way. I didn't bring my wallet. It says, just get on. I'm like, okay. So
Mm.
he let me on the bus. He got me to as close as I could, back to my house. And I walked inside. I'm like, okay. And then I just sat in darkness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay. And that was
Sometimes you
it.
gotta do those ones, man. Sometimes you gotta
Yeah.
do those ones, man. Just get away, get away. That's my first stage advice. Get away from the situation,
Yeah.
whatever that
Some,
entails.
and sometimes it's not that deep.
Most
It's
times it's
not that.
not. Yeah.
Nah,
Most.
it's not that deep.
It's funny you say that because I also had another conversation, and we ended up talking about the art of stoicism and the idea that most arguments are not really arguments. Most arguments are not necessary. It's there's a lot of ego based situations going on there, and everybody's trying to stand on their square for things that mean mostly nothing to us. But we have to flex, right? Instead, we should adopt the idea that, again, and I've said this a million times, most things that people are coming at you with have nothing to do with you. It's what's internal. And even when
Yep.
it has to do with you, it still doesn't have to do with you. If that makes sense. They're still
Yep.
dealing with a battle from their past that they're associating you with, or associating this current situation with. And I'm saying that as people coming at you. It's also you coming at people. Same thing.
Yep.
Most of the time it doesn't have to
Yep.
do with them.
Facts.
You're just
Uh,
releasing some pent up aggression,
yep.
and now
And
this
the only way they
situation
get it
gives
out.
you a moment to do so. So you're gonna do it with this person today,
Yep.
but it's something that happened with somebody else like 17 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's not even now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Exactly. Exactly.
Crazy.
It could have happened 2 months ago, but it made its way to the front of the line, and now because it's there, you're gonna deal with it. And how you deal with it? Oh, this guy, he's wearing this color, man. I'm gonna. And really and truly, it's not even about the person that you saw that's wearing whatever color. It's the stuff that you didn't process, you didn't get out your system,
Mm-hmm.
and it just sits there.
100%.
And again, all of us have it. All of it. I mean, there's stuff that I haven't dealt with in ages, and that's when you say go and speak to a therapist, whatever like that. Those are the times you have to do that
Mm-hmm.
because you want to get it all out.
Mm-hmm.
You want to you want to have a clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's relationships, with your job, whether it's your family, you want to make sure that anything that is sitting in the pit of your stomach comes out,
Mm-hmm.
and you can be your actual self, like your natural self, not a built up rage, not a Hulk that you want to freaking beat up everybody. No, man. You
Like
just
Bruce Banner some days is your Hulk, other days.
yeah.
And we're
And that's
all
a
constant works in progress. That's another thing. You're
yes.
never fully healed from
Nope.
whatever trauma that you
Nope.
have. But if you're not working on them, you're just continuously cutting open the wound again. The wound might
Correct.
get a little heal, and as soon as it gets a scab, you rubbed it against the wall, and it's open again. You rubbed it
Exactly.
against a conflict, and it's open again. It's another gap, and it doesn't open the same way. It gets wider. 9 times out of 10, it's getting wider and wider until again, it just splits wide open, and stuff just starts spewing out. But I don't know if you have the other clip queued up, but that kind of
Yeah,
leads
yeah.
to this next one.
That definitely gets us going with the next one that we're gonna deal with because again, it's in the same realm right now. So give me a second. Let me just cue this up real quick because I think we definitely need to address this. Here we go. Let's talk about this
From
right
men,
now.
especially from black men, is that he went through something really tough and he broke. We are looking at this story and we are like, I don't care what you went through. There's just no way you kill your wife in front of your child and you get empathy from me.
You know, I get it. Yes, black men do need more safe spaces to express themselves. They need to feel seen. But can we talk about this domestic violence? Can we talk about the fact that black women are 3 times more likely than white women to be murdered? The person more likely to murder them is a black man. 40% of black women report being victims of some kind of physical abuse. The reason why domestic violence is so underreported by black women is because we live with this responsibility for black men of not wanting to call the police, of not wanting to send another black man to jail. And it's coming at our own expense. And so seeing these glowing tributes about Justin Fairfax takes me back to that. This woman can't even be recognized as fully human because you all want to center his mental health struggles so very quickly.
All right. That again. Now, I don't know if the numbers are really U.S. based, but I mean the facts are the
Probably, but it's probably
facts.
still close. It's probably
Yeah,
still
the
close.
facts are the facts, man.
Yeah.
You have two black men here talking to you, and those numbers scary. Those are scary numbers, right?
Yeah.
And I'm talking to my sisters. The sisters out there, shoot. As much as okay, again, to bring it to full circle here is that there's a I guess a U.S. Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax who decided to unalive his wife in front of his children and then take his own.
Cowardice.
Number one, I'm afraid of death, so I couldn't even fathom doing that, let alone in front of my kids. Like he has messed up all of those kids' lives for what he
Not
just
to
did.
mention all the families, her family, his family, everybody
Yeah,
else left
like
behind.
the domino effect is horrible. The domino effect is horrible, and again, because and I mean, it's bad, man. It's bad. Like
let me chime in real quick, because I gotta
man,
I gotta say this. Listen, gentlemen, I don't care what the reason is. I don't care what the excuse is. As valid as they may be, you may have grown up without a mother that hugged you. Your father wasn't in your life. You came up from the mud, and you created this dynasty for yourself. You might have nothing. You don't have a job, so you're depressed. All of these different things. I don't care what it is, man. None of that is a valid reason to hurt anybody, let alone the mother of your children, let alone your wife, let alone your girlfriend, let alone the person that you claim to love in your life. The women, and this may come from my old patriarchal brain, but the women are to be protected. The children are to be protected. What this dude did There's no is the total opposite of that. And there's no excuse. It's the most cowardice act to me. I don't understand. I don't understand why you can't just clip yourself and be done with it. Why you got to take her with you? I don't get that. That part doesn't. You mean to tell me you're so depressed with your life, and we didn't even go into why he got to this point, but there's a whole lot of sexual assault allegations from his former, why he lost his position. There's all kind of impropriety going on there in his past. He has more than one allegation in his past, so that's why he lost his position. She files for a divorce as a result. They are still cohabitating while going through the divorce, and one of the things that these women were talking about is the fact that in the aftermath, people are trying to give him some type of excuse by saying his mental health wasn't right. That might be
trying
true.
to justify.
Try to justify. That's the word.
Yes, they're trying to justify.
Might be true. He might be suffering from mental health. In fact, I'm sure it's true because you don't just do that if you're okay.
Yeah.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
But that's not no excuse, bro. And we're not gonna, as I said earlier, I don't know if even as men we can do justice to these types of subjects. But what we're not going to do, her name is Serena Fairfax. Serena Fairfax was a victim of violence. I want to say her name because far too often we're focused on the man or the famous person in the situation and not giving the victim any type of light. And that's what they're focused on. We gotta get the victim light, man. This guy was a
why I
coward.
don't watch that's why I don't watch the news, because they glorify the people who did the undeed. I mean, I caught myself. I've been watching some of these true crime documentaries on Netflix, and they glorify some of the people that have been doing these horrible things. What about the victims?
It's true. They make movies about the mass murderers, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
they don't talk about the victims. The victims are just a
No.
name, a number in his a notch. In
they
his
get
belt.
they are now infamous.
Yep, they get
Famous and
videos
infamous.
and movies and TV specials and stuff. We don't know too much about
making money off of horrible things. And again, we as the media, as the world, eat it up. Mm-hmm. Did you see that movie? Did you see that documentary? Yeah, she's evil. Yeah. Then I sit back and like, who was victim number 2? Who was victim number 7? They say we're a serial killer. Okay. You know, let's tap into their lives. Mm-hmm. What happened to them? You know, why did they choose? Like, again, it might be going too far. Yeah, it's sad, but it's the thing is that just you make you think, why is this person so famous? Well, they killed 12 people. So they get a movie deal because of that? That person is in jail for life and they get a movie deal? Like, I mean, I was again, I'm seeing all these documentaries. I don't know why they intrigue me, but for instance, there's the Waco, Texas situation where that man thought he was the second coming of Jesus, and he decided to bring all these people into, and they glorify him. There's so many, yes, David Koresh, and they glorify him. There's like at least 10 different documentaries on him.
Yep. Jim Jones,
right?
And Jonestown.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jim Jones. Yeah, the Kool-Aid man. I mean,
Dahmer.
Yeah, all these people get glorified. Eileen, whatever her name is, like all these, and I'm like, and that's we eat it up. We think it's great. And I'm not gonna say they present things, but I'm not really glorifying the person. I'm fascinated by how people can actually do these things.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And consistently just do, like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know. I can't even really.
It was this story that sent me down the rabbit hole. It was this story and conversations like I've been having of late. Because as you know, my lady Devin is very much a attacker of the patriarchy, and these are all things that are a result of such. And a lot of times we'll have conversations, or she'll tell me, just things that's happened in her past or happened to friends of hers, and I'm always sitting there thinking, like, yeah, how is that really, really? And then I got this story, because when she sent this story to me, at first I was like, okay, yeah, but what's really happening? That's my mindset. Like, because we go in, and me and you have had this talk where I've been like, we defend ourselves automatically because we're thinking we would never do that. So how can
Exactly.
somebody else do that type thing? And I went down the rabbit hole. That's where I got some of these numbers from. I learned of the story of this guy. And then I looked at the coverage on this story, and it's just like, yeah, you know what? These women are right, man. I can't even say there's not a semblance of wrong. Now, there are people out there that are advocating for the victims. There are people out there that are calling these news outlets and these journalists, so-called journalists, on their bullshit. But they're way fewer and far between than the opposite, where they're only talking about, because he was a lieutenant governor, so he's somewhat famous, and people are going to talk about him
Famous. Yeah.
because he's famous. I also want to touch on the other part of this thing, where they address the fact that black women are even more so victims of these things and less likely to report the issues because
They
trying
protect.
to protect us.
Yeah.
And that is so real on many levels,
Yep.
because they know the system is more against us than anyone. They're afraid what would have happened to us if they even put us in the system, even when it is at their own expense.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Think about that. Think about that. A person who's getting beat down on is still in the back of their mind going to protect you because they are fearful for what will happen to you once the truth comes out. That is crazy.
That says so much about the system. That says so much
Oh
about
my gosh.
us as a people. That says so much about what our women are going through, that we don't even understand on a day-to-day basis. Like you said, think about that, man.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm like, I can just honestly think that whole thing is like a Ferris wheel. Just goes around and round and round. You get assaulted, beat up, whatever. Then you come back around and you're like, oh, he's gonna get in trouble. I don't want another black man in trouble. I'm just gonna shut up, or I'm not gonna tell him the full story. You come back to him, and all of a sudden you get beat up again, and then just another circle, and you just keep on going. I'm like, man.
And you know how that Ferris wheel usually stops? Death.
Yeah.
Death. Somebody usually ends up dead because
And all that protection you did is for naught because you're now gone, and then that person will be going up the river, or he'll do the cowardly way out and
do
do
what
himself.
this idiot did. No blame on the women, but ladies, talk up.
Yes, please just say what you need to say.
Put these fools under the jail. As much as I don't like to see a black man go to prison, these are some of the things that they should damn well go to prison for. Under it: rape, murder, abuse.
Anybody touches a child, anybody touches a woman.
Molestation.
Yeah,
Any of these things.
we fight.
Under
Good
it.
fight.
Under it. Please. Under it.
We'll fight.
I wish I was
Until I
trained
can't
like
fight
Man
no
on
more.
Fire. I would tell you guys to call me like the Equalizer. I'd be out there. I'd be out there if I had that training.
TV series coming out for that.
Yeah, okay, if I had that training, there would be a lot of, hey, let me
A lot of people will not be around. There'll be silence.
It'll be a lot more equal, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
A lot more equal.
Yep. Just imagine if you had that. Well, people will disappear.
Yeah.
Say that people will disappear.
I get, and being the mayor fair, being the other side of it, there is also the other thing with the Stockholm syndrome, where women do people do something about it, and they go right back anyway. That's the other side of it. That does happen. Again, I'm not trying to victim blame, But that also has to stop. Like you
But it only happens because they've been trained or
yes,
brainwashed by the men. So I mean, it still comes down to us doing
you're right.
the dirty to get where they are. So I mean, don't feel bad about saying it. It's not victim blaming. It's there's a starting point of it all, and
You're
it
right.
usually starts with us.
Yeah. Gotta fix
I
up, man.
mean,
We gotta fix up.
yeah,
We gotta fix up,
yeah.
dog.
And again, it's not going to get any better before it gets worse.
I wish
Something's
that
happened.
was not true.
Something's.
I
But
wish it wasn't true.
look at things now. Look at things. I mean, again, the things that they show is scary now. It's uncovering a lot of stuff. I mean, all the shows that you see on, say, Netflix, all these documentaries are right now, they're not of like 2026 or anything. These are happening from 2012, 2015, and they're coming out because they have put all that information in and the production together to make sure it looks cool. But they're sitting on this information from how long, right? So imagine that now. Imagine that. How many stories have not been told yet, and we're in 2026?
Yep, that's a fact.
That's crazy, right? And then only the glorified stories will make it to the documentaries. Like again, most of these shows I'm watching right now, they're not even in North America. They're in the UK. Now imagine the UK is having that issue. What do you think North America's dealing with? And again, I'm not going to try to do this, but I'm going to do this. What about places that don't have the social media impact, like a place like India, right? Like the third world countries, they have the same issues, maybe even worse, because they haven't come out of the whole patriarchy.
I wouldn't even reserve it to third world. I would see the non-progressive cultures, because some of that is still in first world countries.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Point, there are. I was thinking, as you're saying, there are countries that aren't as progressive as we are, or aren't as forward thinking as we have become, even though we have a lot of archaic thinkers still left in these countries at a vast amount. But for the most part, a lot of things aren't socially accepted here that is still
Right.
accepted in other countries or other regions of this world. So imagine what's going on over there. Like
Exactly.
like India, as you name, is it India? But anyway, one of those Asian
South Asian. We'll say South Asian.
South Asian countries where there are many countries where they're still allowed to marry little girls and stuff, like teenagers, preteens, and they're still allowed, like that stuff is still. And I'm one of those people where it's like it's difficult to judge from a place of what you're used to as a culture, right? Like
Okay.
it's difficult for me to tell you in your world, in your country, where for generations you've been able to marry 11-year-olds and 12-year-olds and call them your wives. It's tough for me to say that's wrong for you, right? To you, that's wrong. But to me, it's wrong.
Yeah. To them, it's normal.
To them, it's normal. Like not it's like some places in Africa where women walk around topless with their breasts out. Here, no, until recently.
Socially wrong.
Until the last few years,
Yeah.
but it's socially still. If you watch a woman walking around bare chested around here, it still turn heads like, what? What's
Yeah.
wrong
Yeah.
with that person?
Yeah.
Over there,
Yeah.
that's normal. I don't mean to compare those. Those are vastly different circumstance, but you understand the connection in that culturally things are accepted other places that aren't accepted here. So it is difficult for me to say, yeah, what you're doing is not right and that's sickening and it's disgusting. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it anyway. It is disgusting to me. And I hope that one day that stops.
I mean, it will only stop until they need it to stop or it affects their bottom line. If it doesn't affect them in their pockets, they ain't going to do anything. That's what it is.
Sad but true. Sad but true.
Honestly. I mean, if those, like, for most of those places in the world, if it's not making any money for them or it's not taking any money for them, it's like, go off and do whatever you need to do,
Yeah.
whatever. If it doesn't offend anybody, go off and do whatever you need to do. And I get it. Definitely, I get it. But at the same time, the West is a very huge influence. We've talked about this a lot. Where the West is definitely influencing a lot of the rest of the world. The question is, will people catch on and say, "Hey, no, we shouldn't do this anymore"? Some countries are doing that, and that's what really the West is really good at. It's kind of helping level the field of what's appropriate and what's not appropriate anymore. Like, kind of educating people that, hey, you know what, walking around topless in public ain't the right way to do things. But again, to each their own. I mean, to each country their own.
And it's also the hypocrisy, because we're not absolved from our actions. We have Epstein's, we have Harvey Weinstein's, we have Bill Cosby's, we have these guys too. So it's not like, yeah, sure, they're doing it under the quiet to some degree, but there's a lot of blood being spilt over here as well, and being swept under the rug and accepted by certain levels of society. I wouldn't say it's publicly accepted, but it's going on with impunity. It's going on. So who are we to tell them they're doing it wrong when we're doing the same wrongs, just in a different way?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we have our own wrongs that we have to fix. Who are we to say, yeah, you need to fix yourself? Meanwhile, they're looking at us. I mean, we were just talking about glorifying, serial killers and whatnot. I mean, I don't know any real serial killers in Africa. I mean, they don't glorify them. I mean, there probably are, for sure.
Yeah, but we don't.
Life is life, but they're not glorifying them.
That's a good point.
Whereas we're in the West, we glorify names like Jack the Ripper and Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy, and yeah, I mean, these guys are infamous because we made so. Meanwhile, they're going to point the fingers where you guys are not wearing your tops the right way. You guys are doing this. You guys are just as bad. I mean, you're making movies for guys who, for women or men who are killing people. What?
You know what?
How about you fix yourself? Fix yourself.
That statement right there, to bring that full circle. That is also how we have to deal with our own domestic violence, our own violence against women problem. The man, we have to look at ourselves first, clean up our own self, and then start saying, yo, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, bro? And a lot of times, man, they're giving you good face. They're giving you the face that they want you to see. A lot of people said when they heard about this Justin Fairfax, a lot of his friends and associates were like, no way. I would have never thought he would be this guy. I would have never thought he would have did something like that. That's not the guy I know. A lot of us don't know what's going on behind closed doors with our friends and our family. But the ones that we do know about, we're also turning a blind eye to. And our own actions were justifying, like I stated earlier about the guy that I know that was like, well, I'm not doing that much. A lot of times we're telling ourselves, well, yo, I'm not doing that much. So what I'm doing is,
on
in
this
comparison,
level,
is nothing. It's cool.
I'm only here. He's up here. Yeah.
So what I'm doing is okay then, right? Nah, son. That's not how it works.
Trust me.
That's not how it works. If you're doing even a little bit, you're doing too much.
Yep.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. In the words of the great prophets, that's not Ice Cube. Das Effects is.
You're right.
You check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Yes. And again, it's like you said, it's scary, but it's only going to get worse before it gets better. Something very, very catastrophic will need to happen before people realize how bad it has gotten. And
This
again,
brings
think about it. Yeah, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, because this brings to mind. I remember remember the subject of the why the women were choosing the bear over men in the forest, and we were outraged and we were like, no, what the hell? This is stupid. This is dumb. It's dumb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of that sentiment still rings true to me, but at the same time, I understand it more.
Yes.
After going through
and
these numbers, I get it a
yes.
lot. I get where they were coming from.
Yes. I still feel offended by that, but still I get
I mean,
why.
If you're in the woods with me,
Yeah.
I'm more offended by it.
Yes.
I'm more offended by it.
I'm standing right beside you. So
Yeah.
you got the grizzly and me. What are you gonna choose?
Grizzly?
You think go grizzly? Wow.
And we are talking about it's such a ludicrous situation, which is why I think it was created. That it
Yeah.
really regardless, you still have more chance of surviving with the man than you do have the grizzly. But
Because of
sentiment is clear why you guys would choose the bear, because that is an unknown danger. Whereas the known danger is 1 in 3 of us men is gonna do you something. We don't know how many bears are gonna do you something, but we don't have no great stats saying that 1 in 3 bears are killing women.
That's true. That's right. That's right. Because you never know. You might end up with a docile bear.
The bear might just pat you on the head and keep going.
Yep.
Bear might not even business. We don't have those stats. We definitely know the stats we have. Bears don't kill as much humans as 1 in 3. Never mind women.
This is true.
I'm pretty sure. I don't even have to look at the stats, but I'm pretty sure 1 in 3 bears are not responsible for assaulting women. 93% of bears are not responsible for assaulting women. I'm pretty sure of that. So I get why they chose the bear. Crazy, 93%, dog. That's damn near everybody. That's damn near all of them. Sick.
Oh, out of
We're sick.
100 people, 93 people.
No excuses anymore, man.
Then you even go bigger. Out of 1,000 people, 930 of them. What the hell, bro? And if you go into the millions, I'm like, the number just grows. And you can't. I mean, the only. And I hate to say it, but the only way that number looks small. No, it doesn't. No, even when you have 10 people, it never looks small.
Never looks small.
The ratio is just too far.
10 people, 9 of them. 9, basically.
9 and a small person. Wow. 9.3. What the heck?
Man. What are we doing out here, son? What are we doing? We got to get ourselves taken care of. We got to fix up. That's the theme.
And as much as I want to be a proud man and a proud dad and one of that, I mean, the world is making it hard for us.
It's not even the world; it's us making it hard for us.
Well, that's well. I mean, the men in the world are making it hard for everyone.
Yeah.
Both sides. Because I can't even say, hey, you know what? I'm a good man. You can believe me, or if not, I don't know. I don't know if I am anymore.
Experience is the teacher.
I don't know.
I would say I'm a good man. Now, I'm not always a good man, and I haven't always been a good man.
I was gonna say I was never always a good man. I have my moments.
Mm-hmm.
Still learning. I'm definitely I'm better than how I was.
That's the
but
key.
for some reason, it's still old me is still held against me. But hey, to each their own.
Well,
We'll find them on your own. Right? That sucks. But again,
it sucks. It sucks, and no excuse to it. But people's experiences with you are their own, and that's who you are to them, regardless of
And
what happens. If they don't get an opportunity to change that experience or experience something else with you, that's where you're going to stay, unfortunately.
yep, I
And
understand that.
yeah, it's not
If
any
it's
different
if
than
it's
the
if
idea
it's
of treat.
Mhm.
You never know who you're dealing with, so treat everybody with kindness.
I was gonna say, you know, there's a time where back in the day when you used to, when you were probably at the movie theater or what at the mall, whatever, and you stepped on a man's shoes, how they react is how they react. Man might just come up and just rush you. Then the man would just say, "Yo, it's all right. It's just shoes," and keep on moving.
Right.
So again, you never know, man. You never know. So you just have to continue perfecting yourself
Mm-hmm.
and working on yourself. So when the time comes and you bump into a woman, a child, a coworker, another man, they can see you and they see you for you, and they can feel trust in you or respect in you, and don't have to worry or fear about you doing anything wrong to them. So
Mm-hmm.
just work on you. That's
Yeah,
all it is.
that's
Just
all you
work
can
on
do.
you.
And you may never
That's
be able
yeah.
to prove it to anybody. It's a solace within yourself to know that you've
E-
changed. You're a better person than you once were.
Exactly.
Whether they want to
Exactly.
believe it or not, that's
You're not
mostly not your responsibility. But you try as best as you can.
in this race they call life. You're not racing anybody else. You're racing you.
Yourself,
You and yourself. You're by yourself in that
the old
race.
version of yourself.
When the gun goes off, bam, you run in that race until you can't run no more. You don't care who's beside you, to the left, to the right. You don't care how many people are in the race. You just worry about yourself. That's it.
That's a fact.
Once you get there, man, life will feel so much better when you're feeling
Mhm.
that mentality. You know, money won't be a
Facts.
problem. People's attitudes about you won't be a problem. The job won't stress you enough. You're in a place of just zen,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't worry about anything else but what you're running against, what you're running with. So
That's a
crazy
fact.
like that. That's how we're gonna do that, man. That's how we're gonna do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's it. But anyways, man,
Yes,
it's
sir.
been a pleasure. I do
Indeed.
like these conversations because again, it gets a lot of pent up emotions out. Some anger, some just fearful. Because again, my heart is just is it's almost like I'm choked up because I'm like, man, I feel embarrassed sometimes because I'm seeing these numbers and these facts. I'm like, nah, man, this can't be. But I'm like, I'm part of those stats. Like I'm here, I'm in it.
Yeah.
We have to fix it. We have to fix it, man.
gotta
We have to
fix
fix it. Anyways,
Ultimately, that's what we have to do.
yeah. So that's it for us, man. Another great show. Again, like, subscribe, comment, both men, women. You know what? Let us know. These are episodes that we would like to hear from you guys, and know how you're feeling. And if you're going through stuff, man, you know, you feel free to contact any of us. If you don't feel safe with talking to somebody you know that's close to you, you can always hit us up. You know where to find us. Our socials are there, and we definitely would love to be a part of a healing process. Healing process. That's what we're gonna call it. You want to talk to
Yes.
us? We'll help you with the healing process. All right.
Yeah.
So, and again, and if it's not myself or Slang, you have great people like Devin, Latanya, Jen. I mean, you name it. We got peoples there. So, you know, just hit us up. Maybe we can direct you in the right place you want to be.
Right.
That's what we want to do. We want everybody to be on the same page.
Let's be better.
Yes. Yeah, just be better. Just be better. All right, folks. With that being said, Darking with Ginger Hue, another episode. We're going to hit it out. Get out. Again, enjoy yourself. Better yourself. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.